From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's voice briefing. It's Friday, March 29th, 2024.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kristen Shamus. More than 2,300 University of Michigan health employees have joined the Service Employees International Union Healthcare Michigan, part of a growing labor union-represented workforce at the Ann Arbor-based health system. The newly organized workers include patient care techs, along with phlebotomists, unit clerks, and patient service employees. They join a group of 283 Michigan medicine respiratory therapists and technicians who unionized in July and are bargaining their first contract. Already, about 80% of the workforce at Michigan Medicine belongs to a labor union, the SEIU reported. The union is continuing efforts to organize another 2,000 workers at Michigan Medicine, including call center representatives, administrative assistants, and others. Over the last 14 months, more than 1,500 Michigan Medicine workers, including 900 diagnostic technologists and 600 physical therapists, occupational therapists, and audiologists, also unionized under the United Michigan Medicine Allied Professionals Union. To learn more, go to freep.com.
I'm Kylie Martin for the Detroit Free Press. The Henry Ford's beloved Greenfield Village in Dearborn is ready to open up for the 2024 season on April 13th, but visitors should expect several changes and new additions to the museum. First off, for the first time since 2019, the Detroit, Toledo, and Milwaukee Railroad, Dr. Howard's office, and Grimm Jewelry Store will be open for visitors to explore. But down in the Porches and Parlors district, certain areas will be closed as teams work to prepare Maple Lane for the arrival of the Jackson House, where MLK planned the marches from Selma to Montgomery in 1965. To make room for the house, the McGuffey birthplace will be moved closer to the McGuffey School, so the McGuffey birthplace will be closed until further notice. Greenfield Village will also be unveiling a new restaurant called Stand 44, located next to the Detroit Central Market and named after a stall where Mary Judge sold her items for over 30 years. The village will also be opening the newly renovated Greenfield Village store, where visitors can go to purchase special gifts and goods themed around the village. The village will feature 3 exhibits this season: the Dick Gutman Dinerman exhibit starting in late spring, the Dinosaurs in Motion exhibit starting on June 9th, and a third to-be-announced exhibit that will start in October. Unfortunately for loyal Greenfield Village fans, some of the membership plan prices are going up with the village reopening on April 13th. But if you're already a member and renew before April 13th, you get to renew at the current membership prices. Greenfield Village will be open from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesdays through Sundays starting April 13th.
I'm Andrew Burkle with the Free Press Sports Department. And how does 1-0 sound for your Detroit Tigers? Whether it was the opening day nerves or the chilly spring temperatures, the Bats did not look very warmed up in the Tigers' win over the White Sox on Thursday, with the two teams combining for just one total run. But luckily for the Tigers, they were the team to notch the game's only score, and that was all they needed behind a dominant pitching performance. It started with Tarik Skubal, who looked every bit the part of the Cy Young candidate that he was hyped up to be before the season. Skubal needed just 83 pitches to complete 6 innings. He threw 59 of those pitches for strikes and didn't walk a single batter while striking out 6 and giving up just 3 total hits. From there, offseason addition Shelby Miller entered the game in the 7th, then Andrew Chafin in the 8th, and finally Jason Foley to close things out, getting the game's final 2 outs both on strikeouts. On the offensive side, there really wasn't too much to write home about, and that largely had to do with White Sox pitcher Garrett Crochet making his first start and looking absolutely nasty. But he wasn't quite nasty enough. Javier Baez, of all people, got a base hit in the 3rd inning after an absolutely horrendous spring training at the plate. Then he stole second, got moved to third on a ground out, and then got driven in by third baseman Andy Ibanez on a flyout to score the game's only run. It was an eventful day for Baez, as he was also booed by the White Sox fans all afternoon, and at one point, he whipped a baseball into the foul ball net, giving fans a jump scare. But ultimately, Thursday's win was about the pitching staff, and that's something the Tigers hope will be the case for the whole season. Coming into the year, the Tigers' playoff chances largely were going to come down to how dominant can the pitchers be. And after one game, and yes, we know it's just one of 162, it's looking like the pitchers from the starting staff right down to the bullpen is going to be a major asset for this team. And that bodes very well for the 2024 Tigers.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend, and you'll hear more from us Monday.